So the movie itself opens in Las Vegas. I would have bet anything that the on-screen title of this movie is not Sister Act 2, but no, Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit is the on-screen title. Las Vegas we are, and Dolores is a star.
How? We don't know. What the fuck? All she did was she was in a freaking witness protection. Blast her into the freaking ecosphere.
And what happened to Harvey Keitel at the end of the first movie? Is he dead?
I don't know, but he's in Reno, baby. And this
Do we remember?
No. He was held off to the slammer. I feel like him dying would have been a little too severe.
Well, then, okay, if he's alive, I think the movie missed a big opportunity.
Yes.
I feel like Dolores should have gone to visit him in prison like Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, yes. Or he
for like
could have,
advice.
Or he could have added like an element of like, oh, got to do this before I die. You know, there you go.
That's the other thing.
There you go.
I feel like the first movie has a little bit of menace to it. It does kind of start as a crime movie that then stumbles into a funny nun movie. Whereas this movie is always just like, oh, it's just a sweet movie.
I've never thought of Whoopi Goldberg as having like a stacked ass body, but I forgot until I saw this opening scene of her.
Right.
Damn, she's a brick house.
And a series of hunks comes out to woo her.
It's funny that you're like, how did she get famous? And in my mind, I'm like, well, it's obvious because at the end of Sister Act, when you're watching the credits roll, they're showing all of these albums she put out where they were like gold records. Right. And she's on all these magazine covers and she's this huge, massive star because everyone fell in love with her as fixing this.
The Pope does not have that kind of freaking sway.
But wait, is she a recording artist or what is she?
Right. Because she
became a recording artist. Yeah.
Of covers?
Well, I mean, we don't know what happened in those 19 months. Maybe she put out some of her own songs.
Fine.
This is where your imagination goes, Lacey.
I know.
But to me, it never even registered. Like, why is she doing this now? Why do people care about her in Vegas?
Oh, I wouldn't have either as a kid because
But I mean, even now, I didn't think of it because I'm like, well, duh. At the end of Sister Act, she was in all these magazine covers and she was a huge star and people wanted to see her. And not to mention, sometimes I don't know half the people that are at Vegas, but they're famous. So there's people that niche is there for that want to see her. They want to see her flying around like a nun.
And I would go to that show, but I think it's more cruise ship quality than it is Vegas.
Which I love.
Strip. I know you do, and I do too, but not Vegas. Anyway.
But like a Vegas residency, right? That's like a late career. That's Celine Dion.
That's Celine Dion. That's Britney Spears. That's Cher.
Katy Perry.
Also, it seems like this is at a lesser Vegas casino.
Yes, this is a smaller venue.
But
You're
she's doing this.
Mm-hmm.
This show she's doing is like her story from the first movie.
Right.
Which I didn't notice the first time around, but she's singing. And then I ran away from Harvey Keitel, and then I was a nun. Yeah. She starts flying around. So, some 3 nuns show up. We got Mary Patrick.
We got all the best
Mary
Stewart. Patrick
Mary
Stewart.
Robert, and Mary Lazarus.
Lazarus. I love Lazarus.
Our 3 favorite nuns from the last movie. And they show up and they're like, we're here, sister, and we need your help. Okay. Here's what this movie's going to be about. So you know how we had our convent, right? You helped us save that. Good.
Check.
We decided we will also work at a school, an unrelated school, St. Francis
It's
school.
not unrelated. It's the one that she went to as a child.
And she's like, I went to St. Francis. They need good teachers like you. And they're like, well, funny you should mention that. Will you please take a van ride all the way to San Francisco? And she's like, absolutely,
unrelated.
No questions asked.
Right. I owe everything to you guys.
And drives back to San Francisco. They give Maggie Smith like a movie star entrance. And listen, both these women are delightful
They're
together.
Powerhouses.
They carry the first movie. Too bad the magic isn't here again this time, but that's all right.
I know it's built up as it's going to be this really touching thing, and it kind of works for me because I love them from the first, but I can feel what you're trying to do to me, Disney. I don't like
And
it.
Maggie Smith is like, well,
okay, let me get to the bottom chase line punch.
Will you abandon your life and be a teacher for us? And she's like, a teacher? And she's like, yeah.
Guilt. Okay, I'll do it.
You are the perfect example of how a sow's ear can be turned into a silk purse.
Not how I would have put it.
And she's like, yeah, okay. And okay, listen, this is all, we're in like minute 7 of the movie and the movie's already like, okay, she's dropped her entire life. She's a nun again.
Got it.
I admire the movie for like,
Matt's like, shoehorn that in.
You know that we have to get all this out of the way. Let's get it over and done with fast. She's back at the nunnery. Why? Don't even worry about it.
Don't even. And it's a different set. It's a more elaborate Harry Potter like nunnery.
Because it's at a school now. A school.
A school.
And the first movie was not a school, right?
No, right. But this one's oppressive in a school-like way.
So can you, Lacey, help me understand who all these gentlemen are?
Okay, so I got at first I'm like, oh, here's a meeting of the teachers. I'm like, that's not enough teachers.
I'll agree with you there.
Yes, like what is this gathering?
I'll agree with that.
It's our 3 favorite nuns in addition to Mary Clarence. And then you've got our 2 goofy guys who we're going to love the rest of the time. One of them looks like a Kmart Billy Bob Thornton. The other one is the goofiest little guy you ever did meet. And they're both
Who
priests.
you might recognize as Mr. Noodles from Elmo's World.
That's who it is. He's such a noodle. So the stern one teaches Latin. It's very boring. The other one teaches goofy guy stuff. I don't know. And then you've got the head of the school. I want to say Cornelius. I don't know.
Well, like Father Maurice is the principal,
Oh,
and then
that's
James
it.
Coburn plays Mr. Crisp, who's like the administrator.
And
or
there you go. There's the biggest sin of the whole movie is Mr. Crisp. Number 1, weird fucking name. Why do you want me to all hung up on this name? And why do we need him? He's just another guy we spend way too much time with. He doesn't matter. I understand what he does, but he barely does it, man. He's just creepy to me. It seems like Dolores used to be a sex worker and he used to be a John. And the whole time he's trying to figure out, where do I know this lady from? Did I fuck her? And that's where I think it's going. And it does not satisfyingly get there. Because if you're going to do that, I want it to pay off. You didn't think he fucked her, Jen?
You didn't think that, Jen? That's
Chris got his crispy dick.
We
up
were
in
all
there.
thinking that. Please, we saw this Disney movie, this PG Disney family film, and we're like, he's a John, right?
This is about
Never.
a sex trade.
No wonder you didn't like this movie. You were watching a completely different movie.
I was just expecting other things. And I'm saying, if you're not going to pay off Mr. Crisp, get your crispy ass out of here.
No, it is, and it's one of those sequel things like, why are we introducing so many new characters?
Right.
But they've extinguished the tension. The engine of the first movie was the tension between Whoopi Goldberg and Maggie Smith.
Yes.
And also, she's a nun, and she's a secret nun. And in this movie, here's a thing, a really basic thing in this movie is like, her being a nun doesn't matter at all. It makes no difference to the way she teaches the kids that she's a nun.
Right.
It's not even a secret really anymore. Why does she even have to be a nun other than this movie is called Sister Act 2?
Well, I mean, they set up why it's just easier for paperwork if she's just already a nun and a teacher. The red tape, Matt.
Right, but shouldn't the movie find some things that specifically relate to being a nun to explore?
True.
Well, they said she had to either be a nun or a teacher, and she's neither of those. So because she's neither of those, the only way they can bring her in is to have her be a nun, because they won't let her come teach as not a certified teacher, but being a nun, totally okay at a Catholic school.
But if you can
that's why
fake a
they had to
nun.
bring her in as a nun, because you can't be a teacher otherwise. But they don't know she's fake. Only the women know she's fake. The guys don't figure it out.
I know, but there's nothing to put her to the test the way they're like, they don't even make her do a prayer or anything. I'm like, oh, they're at a dinner table. It's going to be another repeat of her having to fake a grace.
Shouldn't she be like at a bar dressed in her nun's garb or something?
She doesn't get caught, and there's no test. The kids are not suspicious at all. It's just, yeah, it's fine that she's a nun again because that's the movie, but the tension's gone, so it does lose a little. And then a fucking another Joker comes out of the kitchen, and yeah, I end up liking him because he runs around in his chef hat all the time. So stupid. But he's not just a chef; he's also got a bit, and it's that he can only freaking cook sausages. And I'm so disgusted. I want to leave this nunnery right now. This school. I want to flamethrower it just based on the sausage. But then they not one but 2 takes at the sausage plate. Like, what are we doing? You guys have time to burn? I don't need this fucking chef. All right.
Well,
now let's get to the meat.
Well, really fast. The meat. She does.
No, right?
She does get tested, though, a little bit in this, because when he's like, oh, so they tell me you came from a prison. And she's like, oh, yeah, I totally hated the prison. He's like, oh, really? Because they said you loved the prison. And she's thinking, why didn't they tell me my backstory? And then, like, then she tries to cover it up. And he's like, oh, really? Because they said this. And she's like, well, really, I hated it and I loved it. And so she's trying to get through her backstory, having no clue what it is and failing miserably. And this guy's just like, makes sense, right? So, I mean, they do still have some of those elements in there, but yeah, it's not the same as her trying to do a prayer in front of the entire, like, nunnery or, something like that, but they do still get those moments in, I feel.
Yeah, I just feel like they forgot that she's undercover.
Well,
I feel like the movie loses
I guess
track of it.
my point was like, if the screenwriters changed it so that she's not a nun, she's just, hey, I'm a teacher. Nothing else about the movie nothing significant would actually change.
Right.
And if that's the case, then you should probably ask questions about why you're doing this. It's not
exactly. No, it's a screenwriting thing, right? And like the sausage, like just because you're going to stick a giant sausage in a door later on does not mean we needed the sausage bit to begin with. It's just they're throwing too much at it when they've got all these freaking stars they could be spending time with.
Yeah. Jen, you reminded me of a sort of running gag, not even a gag that happens in the movie that I like, is like she goes to talk to Father Maurice and he grills her about her backstory, and you're like, yeah, why wouldn't they tell her what her backstory is beforehand? The nuns in this movie now are like, we lived through the first movie. We know you're magical.
Right.
Whatever you do, it's going to work out. We don't need to tell you your cover story. You'll just do your thing.
Basic information. Maggie Smith, had a touching reunion with you where I said 5 things and none of them were to prepare you for what we've already said about you that were lies.
Yeah,
except that your car may not be there anymore.
I don't need to put on my seatbelt. Sister Mary Clarence is here in the car with me. I don't need to.
Right.
I don't need to look both ways before I cross the street because I'm with Sister Mary Clarence.
Magical Clarence.
The Pope loved her. She'll be fine.
She's been blessed. Yeah. This is the problem with religious people. They've taken that shit too seriously.
So they're like, oh, wait till you meet your class of unruly teens, this music class.
It's so dingy in here. Look at the walls.
The class, the kids. Let's meet the kids.
Oh, okay. Jen, let's meet the kids.
Names are so bad for me. That's one of my
Don't worry about it.
But I will
Just give me
tell
personalities.
you, Frank, hey, ho, hey, ho. He was like one of my first ever crushes. I love this man. Okay, there was something about him that I just loved so much.
It's so innocent of you, Jen.
I know, but I loved him. He was perfect. Maybe that's another reason I think this movie's perfect. But he's the stereotypical white guy that is into hip hop and wants to be friends with all of them, and he's trying to do a rap career, and they all think he's a joke, but yet they all love him and are friends with him, right?
There's a tension, but mainly they love him.
These kids are a nice group of friends.
They are a nice group of friends.
Like, you think, like, this is a pretty diverse group of kids, and they're all happy to just, like, hang around with each other, and they're, like, here for each other, and they have, like, little jokes they make about each other, but really,
it's real sweet.
It's all love.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's all solidarity against that rotten teacher who comes in and wants to stomp on our fun. We're telling yo mama jokes, please.
Yep. And what I love about this is they get like every little stereotype in here with all of these kids, like the one in the front with the hat and the little, sweater on. He's your brown noser, and he's all about wanting to learn actually about Whoopi, when the rest of the class is just like, shut up, man. Right. And then you've got, like, off to the right, you see Jennifer Love Hewitt putting her makeup on in class because all she cares about is how pretty she is. You've got the one that's sleeping in the front because he works all day, comes to school, and then he goes back to work. And it's like they hit all the different, like, known stereotypes of high school students, I feel. And then, of course, you've got the really popular girls that are in the back, and they're the ones that just kind of bust out singing and getting everyone else going and singing as well. So it's just, they all vibe together ultimately, but they each have their own individual personalities that really bring them together.
And I totally agree about the main kids. But another flaw of the movie is that there's about 7 more kids than they actually need. And if they were just background, that would be fine. But they give them each one line each. It is so bizarre. But anyway, all right. So this.
Oh, I don't mind.
You don't mind. I mind.
You know
I
the ones.
Mind.
You know the ones just like from this introduction. Like, okay, you're the ones I have to pay attention to. Obviously, Lauryn Hill, you're the, like, lurking in the background, like
you're the skeptic, but Whoopi's gonna win you over.
She's gonna win you over, methinks. I like that she describes it. This is a bird class. You fly through this class like a bird.
You like that?
That's a nice way to put it. I like that.
I did too. Okay. I thought it's creative. And then they're all like,
so glad.
Yes, they make the bird noise to help us understand. That's what this is. We have Wesley James, who prefers to go by Amal because he rejects the name that his assimilationist parents gave him. And the rest of the class is like rolling their eyes at him, but they still they call him Amal. They respect his choices.
Yes.
This is a nice group, I think. But Whoopi's like, I'm going to rain some hell. I'm going to scratch like I'm Robert Shaw in Jaws on the chalkboard and get their attention. And I'm going to tell them, hey, punk, your mom is so dumb she got hit by a parked car. And that got a legitimate laugh out of me. I was like, that's great. I've never heard that before. She's not your typical nun. And the kids later are up on the roof doing like a group rap.
Little group rap. Now this is very true to life. In my public school, this happened all the time. This and especially in birdie classes, like it's funny, but music was a birdie class at Riverdale, because you literally learn like the scales and like what you learn like 5 things, and once you've done that, the rest of the time you're playing spades and hearts and doing this, rapping and making fun of each other. So this is probably the most movie thing that they do, but it's also the realest thing.
We had very different high school experiences.
I know that, Matt. I know that.
I went to Mandeville High on the North Shore.
Oh, I had LBB fucking Patagonia bag.
LLB, not Patagonia. Come on.
Okay, and
it doesn't help that whenever you accuse me of having an LL Bean, I'm like, everybody had an LL Bean.
I had to have a mesh school bag because of drugs and weapons. So no, there was no LL Bean.
What's an LL Bean?
It's a snooty, like embroidered. It's fucking snooty. You get it out of a catalog only, and then you get your initials on it. Don't you know?
Oh, I had a JanSport.
Yes, I did too.
This was like one tier up from JanSport, but it was
JanSport was already the name brand high tier. Like Eastport is the shameful shit you bought from Walmart that you would bring to class unless you got a bougie ass JanSport.
All right. Well, we do send our kids now to the exact same school district, so
as
our kids
what?
are that you're making fun of right now.
Okay, except for we're on the realistic side, not the fucking side.
We moved to the bad side of the parish, so
yeah.
There you go.
You're the one all the parents look out for.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then later that night, not only do these kids hang out in school all day, they go get together and hang out by the store where their friend Richard works.
Because he's got to work. That's real.
He's got to work.
Yeah.
Bring the party to him.
I know. I love that.
But they also just live. This is a neighborhood school, and they all just live right here, and that's why they're invested in the school not closing later when they find out the school is going to close.
Yes, that works for me.
Richard Boss is played by Bill Duke in his one scene in the movie.
And I love this scene. It's just, it gives them personality. It solidifies their friendship with each other and how much they do like each other. And it cracks me up too when Whoopi Goldberg comes in and steals the rap and does her own little rap. And it's just a nice scene for me because it shows that they're not just random kids in a class. Like they genuinely care about each other.
They hang out in and out of school.
So, and then it's Whoopi trying to show them she's not scared of them, but to still be on their level, basically.
But she's also she's also like stalking. She's studying them in the wild.
Yeah. Well, she's getting the rhythm down
time.
too, so she can jump in with her rhyme because she doesn't want to look like a fool, you know.
I saw it.
Which I don't know, Matt, if Lacey told you this or not, but all day today we were sending each other back and forth voice memos of songs from this movie.
Yes, he was told, and he was not impressed.
That's disappointing.
What did you want me to do? Like, what? There's nothing surprising about this information.
Send us a recording of you.
I can't do that. We meet Rita's mom, who's played by Cheryl Lee Ralph, currently on Abbott Elementary, but like a legend, who screams from the window to like come in and do homework. So like Rita, the super talented singer, is like the one who has the mom who's like, no, we work our asses off. That is how we will achieve. Kind of like the Tracy Flick dynamic from Election, of the mother who's like, I'm going to. You're going to be what I could not be, and education is the key.
That's a great, for someone who doesn't notice wardrobe and hair and stuff for that much. That's a perfect analogy because also, like always done up to the nines. Always, she's not. This mother doesn't read as like dressing beyond her station. She just looks like impeccable always.
And then one more thing I wanted to say about Whoopi, like there's not that much tension about like her character. Dolores is cool, but Dolores is cool for like a 44-year-old and is like maybe gonna struggle to come across as cool to the kids. Like, wait till they see the stuff I know, but she might learn, oh, I don't actually know anything about rap, about like 90s rap. But no, she doesn't really struggle. She
admits to the rap that she knows, which would be the rap of her time. Like she doesn't try to be any more current than, she's like, look, we can all fusion together.
So it's the next day in class. She goes in. She's very scared because the class is all very quiet and paying very close attention. And she's like, Jesus Christ, what's happening? And they're like, good morning, Mrs. Mary Clarence. And she's like, okay. And they play a very mean prank on her.
It is mean.
Of putting super glue or whatever on her chair.
That's all one dress. She's got nothing under that, kids.
Yeah. And I thought, let's just take a look at it.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying we're going to look at... all right.
Whenever I think of a prank on a teacher, I think of the prank from The Simpsons where they're gonna use the log to impale and kill their teacher. You thought of this too, Jen? Thank God.
Oh no! I'm saying I thought you were going to show the video. Where
right. Yeah, I was like, what are you doing?
Then I'm like, oh wait, The Simpsons. But yeah, I mean that prank. Absolutely. Now that you say that, I can see the comparison.
She's very funny. Like she just scoots out of the classroom and just scooting around in the hall.
And then the hall's tilted because it's a poor, bad foundation, and she just goes back.
Yeah,
that is a good gag.
So like cut to her packing her bags, and the other nuns come in and they're like, oh, packing your bags? You know who won't look kindly upon that? Jesus Christ. But no, do whatever you want.
I thought they were kind of sincere in them saying, we understand. This didn't really go well.
Go back to show business. I'm sure the money is better in show business.
All right. Those guilt given
And she
nuns.
looks over. She's like, Maggie Smith.
You've
you know
done
what
it again.
I hate about this place? There's nothing to pick up and throw. Yeah.
It's all nailed down because of these kids.
Because they didn't get her a bidet.
Right. But that room is charming as fuck. When they show the room, I'm like, she gets a window and a cranky thing and some sort of stairwell thing.
Yeah, I loved it. The little clock stuff in it. Like, I'm like, what a cool
Yes. So steampunk.
This is I think this is where she goes to like go give her resignation to the principal, right? But she overhears a secret meeting that the school is going to be closed.
Oh, I didn't realize she was going to give it I thought she was just being a sneaky peeky.
Or maybe she wasn't. Maybe she's going to go, hey, what do I do about these stinking kids?
Right. She was just being a sneaky peeky.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're having like a meeting with the money people from the Catholic Church.
The crunchy numbers.
Yeah, they're like, the numbers don't look good on this school, Father Maurice. We've crunched the numbers, and the Archbishop says we got to close this
Never
school.
heard of them.
And I think it's like if they close it, the administrator can take early retirement, so it's not even totally on the level. It's just like, we want to close the school because
wink, wink.
I'm done with this. And Whoopi Goldberg's like, oh, this shall not stand. So she goes to the other nuns and she's like, guys, I'm staying in this school and we're going to save this school or something. And I'm Mary Clarence now. Don't call me Dolores anymore. Just forget, for all intents and purposes, I'm a nun now. And they're like, okay.
Oh my God, you misspelled something, Matt. You fucking weirdo.
Oh shit. What did I misspell?
Class.
Yeah. Sorry.
This is embarrassing for you. All right. Now we're back in the class. Oh, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No one's going to see it. Matt, I don't know what you want to say about this.
I didn't want you to say anything, Lacey. You had to, you derailed me by criticizing my spelling for a thing no one's even going to see.
Idiot.
This is just for our own internal use.
Fucking moron speller.
Dolores goes into the class and she's like, all right, motherfuckers, I'm not putting up with your shit anymore. We're going to do things a whole new way. And Lauryn Hill gets up and she's like, but we like the old way. And she's like, well, if you like the old way, you can just get out. And Rita does get out. And she's like, come on, friends. And her friends are like, no, we're going to stay for some reason.
They've never had a teacher actually care. Yeah. They need to pass this class.
Now, here's the thing. Let me make music more fun for you. What do you like to do in music? And some girl's like, I like to sing. Sing? Okay, so she sings. And then she's like, I had no idea you could sing that well. You know what I'll do? I'm going to turn this music class into a choir. And they're like, but choirs are lame. And she's like, huh, you think choirs are lame? I'll show you.
Show you something. The hippest shit you've ever seen in an old folks home. All the white ladies you could ever want let's go. And then we get a delightful fucking number where I guess Dolores has been like teaching them on the side.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what the world is today. Let me hear you sing. Sorry.
They have chemistry and charisma for fucking days. Every nun has a very distinct personality that they just, there's something about using the ladies in a choir formation that the director and music people understand how to highlight the individual people. They should just do this the whole movie, but with the kids.
Mm-hmm. This is like, oh yeah, the first movie, right? This is what the first movie was. It was nuns singing, and now they're like, hey, we're here too, woo-hoo. But it works because she gets back on the bus with the kids, and she's like, still think choirs are lame? And they're like, we think choirs are all right.
No, they still think they're lame. I think it's really nice the way they handle it. And then she's like, all right, well, they're about to get on the bus, and it's really hard to sing in front of people like you, so show these bitches some respect. And they do, because that's really what it's about. That's what this generation's about, and all young people are about, is like, respect us. We give respect. That's what kids don't get, is respect.
I think we're old.
So she's preaching to their choir at this point. Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. You took the kids on an illegal field trip. It didn't even occur to me that she didn't get a permission slip, Matt. Damn it, Whoopi.
Yeah.
That's what she does, though.
Her boss gives her a talking to. She's like, this was an unsanctioned field trip, and from now on, there will be no field trips, sanctioned or otherwise. And also, like, we're closing in 3 weeks. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Why are you even teaching?
You're polishing the fucking chandelier on the Titanic, my
Yeah.
guy. What are you doing?
Just wheel in the TV cart and press play.
Right. Or start taking the Jesus sculptures you really, really want to keep.
Right.
Yeah. In the copper wire.
Yeah. So the school's closing very soon. Let's keep things safe and boring. But the kids are outside and they overhear this and they're like, oh no, our school. We got to save our school.
We like it here now.
So let's maybe start respecting our teacher and showing more interest in this whole choir thing.
And in fact, let's spend our entire day in this one class. We'll never go to another one.
Right. Presumably this music class that's a 45-minute class once a week.
It takes them the entire length it takes to walk to the old music room. That's just half the class right there. It's in a different building.
I certainly never had a music class that was every day. But even if it was, for 50 minutes a day, you're fixing up, you're getting free labor out of these kids to fix up this old music hall, beautifully restore this shitty piano. But everybody's into it. First, they sing Mary Had a Little Lamb, and it gets everybody activated. I like that one of the girls is like, I don't know Mary Had a Little Lamb.
The love boat soon will be taken. Yes.
Do you know Gilligan's Island? It's my favorite.
I love that Mary Clarence is like, I just met your soulmate. But that, I don't know that actress's name, but I like her in everything she's in.
Which one?
The one that sings The Love Boat. She's
right in
so
the middle.
ticky. Yes, she's got so many ticks and like she's just really spastic, but she's always that way in every movie, and it is funny every time. I was surprised I have no idea who this other really great singer is. Like, this person didn't make any cultural impression in my life. The one that sings with Lauryn Hill at the piano. Although I think of this scene all the time for some reason. This idea of Lauryn Hill looking at someone and saying, you've got a voice that could, where you could really make it. And I'm like, you're Lauryn Hill! You're fucking Lauryn Hill! This scene makes me crazy.
It's Lauryn Hill saying that to her friend.
Right.
That you, my unknown friend, have a voice. This is Tanya Blunt plays Tanya.
Okay.
Tanya Blunt is an American actress best known for Sister Act 2 Back in the Habit.
See, and once I realized Lauryn Hill had not like made it with the Fugees yet, then I got less mad at this scene. But in my head, she was already a fucking rock star. Like, oh, you unknown lady, you could really make it. Me, Lauryn Hill, I could only do this Sister Act thing that I'm doing.
Oh, Tanya Blunt, Tanya Trotter Blunt is one half of the Grammy-nominated duo The War and Treaty.
Okay.
There you go. So she made it too. But
good for her.
But Sister Mary Sheepish woman, the one from the first movie who
Bangs. I just call her Bangs.
Yeah. Here's Rita singing and she's like, oh my God, you have a beautiful voice. And it's it's a very good scene where Rita's like, yeah I know. So what? It doesn't matter. And she's like, the nun says, "You're just barely 17. How do you know what you're going to get to do and not get to do?"
I thought that was a wise thing to say.
But Lauryn Hill says, like, "Have you walked around this neighborhood? It's not exactly the land of opportunity. I might want to sing, but what's the point?"
Yeah, it's also a wise thing to say.
Yes. Lots of people are good at singing, and I might be
True.
the best singer, but and what? What am I going to do with
How
that?
many white guys do I want to fuck to get an opportunity? None.
Even the most none. Even the most, even the most
Mr. Crisp.
privileged and wealthy people still have an infinitesimal chance
Right.
of succeeding.
You have to be a Nepo baby, and even then you have to overcome that.
Yeah. So this sister is like, I know a magical lady who will help you, Mary Clarence. And she's like, you got to take her under your wing. So Mary Clarence, Dolores gives
You ever want to go to Vegas, Rita?
gives her the book Letters to a Young Poet with the message: if you wake up in the morning and can think of nothing but writing, then you're a writer. Ergo, you're a singer. You're already a singer. You know, if you love to sing, you find ways to sing. You figure it out.
Right. You don't need anyone to validate what you already have a passion and talent for. Like Jen is a singer, even though Jen doesn't get paid for it yet. Jen is a singer. She sang at her graduation.
I did. This is also when we get just some great, background music as well. As I said, I love the background music because they kind of hint at it. And then in the back, that's when they're doing the like, if you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. And then that's all in like the background as they're trying to figure out and build the choir room. And it's like really motivating in the back. Like, you guys can do this. You just got to step up to it and you're going to be great.
I didn't realize what a mantra it was. I didn't realize it was literally a lesson she was teaching on the board. In my head, it was always a song because that's how I remember it. But yeah, it's like, no, that's just my motto.
You two sounded very good together just now.
Aww.
This is why we send each other singing voice memos.
Yes.
Over an
combine them.
internet connection. It matched up perfectly.
Oh.
Really, I'm praising the internet connection, if anything. No. Two lovely voices. I'm recording a song tomorrow.
Oh my God, Matt, why has it got to be about you? Fuck.
So I felt left out.
Okay,
Matt, you did great too.
Thank you.
Yeah, but you were good at the recording it. Thank you.
No, it's I sent, we're doing our summer mini series. We haven't announced what it is yet, but we're doing our summer mini series. And like last summer, the summer of Spielberg, we need a new theme song. So I wrote a theme song, recorded a demo, and sent it to Wade, my musical partner, let's say,
best friend.
my collaborator. And he said, yeah, I think this could be good. So he's coming over tomorrow.
I've got some notes. So Matt's like, what the fuck are the notes, man? He's like totally nervous. But that Wade's like a virtuoso. He is masterful.
He's like the Mary Clarence of musicians. He'll make magic happen.
Yes. Anyway, so it's a compliment. Matt just gets in his feelings about his fucking music.
I look forward to hearing it.
Unlike the Summer Spielberg one, which I liked, this one I immediately loved. So.
Oh.
I ended up loving the God, he's getting mad. I ended up loving the Spielberg one, love, okay? It just took a minute.
Well, let's not forget you have another great theme song, too.
Yes, you've all, there are you know what? There's going to be an infomercial of only your songs one day, and I'm going to watch it.
I was just hoping that this one would go down as easy as the last song, but he was like, "Oh yeah, this is good. Let's just take some time to work on it." I was like, "What? No." Anyway, Rita is going back to class now. She's joining the choir. La 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 la
la la la la la
la la la la la
la la.
Amal has a wonderful, beautiful little voice, but he's being a little sheepish. He's not opening up. He's not projecting.
Being a little bitch boy, kind of like Bangs.
And they have their choir performance in front of the whole school. And here, Amal comes into his own, does a solo, and hits an impossibly high note that even I, not totally into this movie watching, I was like, oh shit.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Fuck.
Oh. I wonder if he did that in real time as a shock. I wonder if people in real time were shocked, or how many takes it took him. Anyway,
I'm certain they what we are hearing was
When
not recorded
Jesus
right there on
was-
set.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because that's just very difficult to do.
fine.
So Ryan Toby's the actor who plays Amal. He later went on to be in the music group
What would
City
you
High.
do if it was at home crying all
didn't know
alone on the
that.
bedroom floor because you're hungry?
Who does the
And
song
only
Lacey
way
is
to-
singing?
Say what I meant. I didn't step on your- I'm celebrating the point that you looked up.
And as we all
I
know, the
love
best part
that
of that song,
I do too.
the best part of that song is when the guy is like, "Oh, I get it. What would you do if your son was at home?" And then just repeats the entire
Right all
thing.
alone on the bedroom floor because he's hungry.
He's hungry, and he says each line as though he's understanding it. And the only way to feed him is
sleep with
to
him.
sleep with a man for a little,
For a little bit of money. His
'Cause his daddy's gone. So we're smoking rock now, in and out of lockdown. You don't got a job
I
now.
got a job now.
It's somewhere smoking rock now. Not so we are. Me and my child are smoking rock now.
Yes, the
That's
child
the
is hungry.
problem,
You got to give it rock.
The child. Okay, fine.
You don't. No, I'm just kidding.
I never thought of it like that.
Well,
All right, so the thing about this movie and its shoddy screenplay is it's like, oh, we need like some stakes. So we're not
Band
saying that if you win a singing competition that we're just now telling you about that it'll save the school, but maybe it wouldn't hurt. It's just not like, you know, that that's what's going to happen, but maybe the movie needs to do some work to make you
Right.
connect these more.
right.
But the nuns are just like digging through the old trophy room and they're like, our school
Oh.
used to win a lot of singing competitions. How about that? Maybe we could try
I
to
wonder
do
if
it
they
again.
still do these.
Right. I wonder if there are competitions for things.
They do, and it's next week, and we can enter with $2,000.
Oh my God, we're about to bring it on.
So,
It's already been rotten.
No, it hasn't.
so we have the scene with Lauryn Hill and her mother, where she's just laying on her bed listening to music, and her mom's like, "What are you doing?
What are you fucking listening to?
Give me
Yeah,
that
just some-
music.
Does it have a rhythm?
Is that a musical composition?" Yeah, no. Your father was eaten by a radioactive choir. I told you never say that word in the house choir. I forbid you to join the choir. So Rita, has to go tell Dolores, I cannot join the choir. I cannot go on the trip to the competition in LA. And Whoopi Goldberg is like, well, I will go talk some sense into your mother. And her
Does
mother
the opposite.
is the first person who's not won over by the Sister Mary Clarence magic.
Yes, you're right.
Absolutely.
Can't use your magic on a lady that's already magical.
Now the sisters have to find $2,000. Whoopi Goldberg, despite being like
Don't worry.
on a platinum selling recording artist and having a Vegas residency, is like, I got nothing. So they have to do a fundraiser where they sing some songs
Right.
into
Can't you
a
sell some
karaoke
stuff?
machine.
Whoopi, can't you sell some stuff from your apartment? Yeah.
Or just,
Do a meet
hey,
and greet.
Dolores whatever's having a concert.
Right. Oh, God, you're so smart, Matt. This is why we're in marketing, baby.
But guys, if you believe it, they raised the $2,000.
They did. They all just
Actually-
shy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That part is one of the only parts that ever bothered me in this movie because they're like,
Why?
we made over $2,000. And then they add it all up and they're like, we made $1,700. We're
It's
going
19.
to the competition. Oh, I thought it was
19.
17.
No, it's
and-
under.
And yeah, 17's under. And so
But it's less under than that. I mean, more under than-
and
Wait.
So I'm like, no, you said you needed over 2,000, but okay.
They've got pock. They could take it out of the fucking
No.
thingy.
Just make it over 2,000. Wow, what a triumph. We made $2,015.
'Cause they have to be
We're
the
getting ice cream
underdog.
tonight.
You
They
guys don't
get
get
on
it.
the bus to go to LA, and Rita's like, wait up, bus driver. Here, I'm getting on. And Maggie Smith is like, do you have your permission slip, Mr. Potter? And she's like, why, yes, I do. It's right here.
Don't look at it closely.
We did see her forge her mother's signature.
We did. But I love that she left a note for her mom because she's not a bad kid. She really wants to do this not because she wants to rebel, but because this is very important to her. But my favorite thing is that her mom reads the first sentence, then sits down to read one more sentence. The letter's over.
It's a two-sentence letter. We're looking at it right
literally
now.
see the
don't
writing on this letter.
Right.
You know it's a short letter.
Half of it is love your daughter, Rita Watkins' original. You know what it says. Get up.
And now there's this thing with like the fathers, the archdiocese has like discovered who Dolores truly is. She's a chanteuse in Vegas, a harlot. We got to stop her for some reason. So they get in their own van to go beat the kids to LA.
And they drive crazy.
Yeah,
We
it's
don't
just-
need another bit. We don't need
Just
it.
more stuff. So yeah, the contest itself. Let's hear about the contest.
Well, they apparently this is the most lax fucking stage direction
never
kind of
should
place
have.
ever. Because they are allowed to stand in the wing the entire
They just
fucking
stand there
time.
the whole time,
They are
yeah.
clogging up curtain left. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So
And right.
they are
They're like
and-
on both ends.
right. So we get to see a little bit of every kind of choir that you could maybe think of. And I always have been taken aback by the fact that the one that's won the last 3 years in a row, I'm like, all they did was sing a choir song. They had no
Right.
innovation. Every other example they showed at least was innovative in that it was a quartet and that they had dance moves. They had some sort of like spin on it. All they did was like this like militaristic like they're just very rehearsed. Wow.
What drives me crazy, this is another one of those things that probably no one else cares about. See, the little things bother me once in a while, and then everything else I'm like, I don't care. But it's that, so we know that this other big intimidating group sings the same song, right? But at the same time,
sounds nothing
they're not,
like
because the guy's like, and this choir also singing Joyful, Joyful. I'm like, no, sir. The first choir sang Ode to Joy. They did not sing Joyful, Joyful. They sang a different song. The lyrics might be similar, but Joyful, Joyful and Ode to Joy are not the same song. So when he comes out being like, also singing,
shabby
I'm like,
ass.
No.
No.
Wrong.
And I also like that they pretend that they're going to wear robes because they didn't all dress in like color coordinated street clothes. That didn't happen. But like I feel so uncomfortable in this. And at the last minute, Dolores is like, take them off. I want y'all to be comfortable. Were they going to be doing backflips in the fucking robe? Were they going to be doing kick open side to side in the fucking robe?
Yeah.
Lauren's clogs would have looked ridiculous under that robe.
The other schools, they're richer, they're whiter. I think that
they had a couple. I don't know. I thought they had a kind of diverse.
It was a mix.
Yeah, I thought so.
But I think if I remember correctly, they're all from Southern California when they get introduced. And then this school from San Francisco, and you can hear people like spitting on the ground. San Francisco, puh.
That's by that prison.
It is the prison.
The kids, it's
The
like
Rock.
they need one more obstacle, and the kids are like, we don't want to go out. We're scared. And Whoopi's like, where the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor, were you scared then?
Yes.
Because if you, well, I do like what she says. Like, if you want to be somebody, you gotta wake up. Because listen, if every time something scary comes up and you turn around and run, you'll be running for the rest of your life.
Whoopi knows.
Yes. They do a big number in their regular clothes. Take off the robes, guys. Look like 1993 kids, and they sure do.
Look like the most giant toddlers. Jen's crush with your fucking overalls looking like Tommy Pickles. He looks fucking crazy.
They do a medley of some songs
that are great. Fucking iconic.
Best song ever.
A lot of Christian stuff. It's very, again, Christian. We're a Catholic podcast, so we really like this.
We love a papacy.
Are you? We love a papacy.
I want to paper the whole town with papacy.
When there's not a papacy, I'm like, come on, what are you doing? The scariest thing about the movie Conclave, no papacy for the time being.
The whole fucking time.
And again, this here, I mean, this is where Lauryn Hill and also Amal, the What Would You Do singer, really shine, and just good on Whoopi for totally seeding the spotlight. Like, she is there present on stage.
Yeah.
She is doing stuff, but she is not like center focus.
She's in fact wearing black, and the rest of them are super colorful.
Right.
It's the way a photographer has to get into the middle of everything to like get all the shots, but you have to wear black. You're not supposed to ever steal focus as a photographer, which is why I didn't last as a photographer.
And don't forget, I hope I'm not stealing some thunder, but while this is all going on, the guys that came to stop this saw the kids and realized how much they've grown and how much they really want to do this. And then they decide to lock the mean old grumpy man in the closet so he can't stop them from performing. And they're watching these kids perform, and it's bringing tears to their eyes because they're so proud of them and how much they've grown. And they don't care anymore that Whoopi is this harlot from Vegas. They just want these kids to shine and be amazing. And it's like it's finally all coming together, and that these kids can just truly be appreciated for who they are and the hard work that they've had.
Right.
All of that
As
stuff
they
is
are.
all of that stuff is the stuff I don't buy in the movie.
All
Like,
right,
I don't buy these priests all being like, oh,
figured
the
that's why we
kids
skipped
are-
it.
I guarantee you, whenever they all saw that old ass crotchety man in the dressing room, and they all went up to him and were like, "Hey, I know your name. Thanks for coming." His little heart melted.
Mm-hmm.
He's never ever been greeted like that from the cool kids at school.
Right.
He's like, "Nope, you're right. Crimes are good. Fraud is awesome. I'm gonna go get a sausage, kidnap a man for a little while. You guys do you." Yeah. I know he doesn't. He's not part of the
I love
kidnapping.
that
but-
little thing. It's like his heart melted and he became a fan.
in that moment.
And then he has that moment with Maggie Smith where she's like, she's not exactly the nun you think she is. And he's like, I know.
And then they try to fuck each other, right? Because then he's that happens. Because then he's like, you can fucking betray me anytime you want.
There is a little moment.
Yes.
like,
There is a
it's
little
not- no,
giggle there, but I
Or-
still
or-
think they're innocent nun and guy.
and none in sausage.
No, they fucked
Yeah.
before. That's how I read it. They fucked before and they do it again.
They used to be artists and they used to get down in art ass.
I'm watching
She's
the wrong
fucked as a
movies.
nun. She definitely has.
She's fucked as a nun.
Yeah, you can see it. It's in her performance.
You lift up the habit, you get down to business.
Was that Sister Act 1.5?
Yeah, it's the
Too
version you
fast,
couldn't
too
see.
furious.
Too raw for theaters.
Back under my habit.
They win. They win the contest.
Oh, they win.
Yeah.
Yay.
And the archdiocese is pleased as punch, and they're like,
They
no
liked
school
it.
closure.
Don't
Yay.
close the school.
I do like that the mean administrator, they're like, and this is the genius who is behind all of it. He's like, I was? Oh, I
It
mean,
worked in
yes,
the first
I guess
movie.
I was.
That's how they got Maggie
Hey.
Smith roped into stuff in the first
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
As they said, and it was all her idea.
And the kids find out Whoopi Goldberg's not really a nun. And they're like, you're a Vegas showgirl. And she's
Duh.
like, no, I'm a Vegas headliner. Freeze frame ending.
Well, and one of the things that I love is when they go to those three original nuns that we talk about, where the guys go to them and she's like, did you know that she's not really a nun? And the one that I just love so much that I can't ever remember her name, but Banks, as you were calling her, she just goes,
Yeah.
trying to act surprised, but it's like so over the top and fake. But I
Right.
just love it. It's like she draws my attention every time in that scene because she's literally just like,
She's a really good comedic actress, though, because you
Yeah.
just remind me of something. Whenever in the medley thing that they do to fundraise, Whoopi Goldberg has her part where she's pretending to be James Brown, where she pretends to fall on the ground and then she needs
Oh,
the
yeah.
robe, and the whole time Mary Bangs is like, "Oh, you fell down? Oh no!" Like she's acting along with her. It is
Yeah, that
really
is good.
fucking funny. If you,
Yeah.
I would watch that scene again just to see her be like, "Oh, she's okay." Oh, anyway.
And the
She's
old
smart.
nun, which is funny in the first movie. She has my favorite line from the
Lawrence.
first movie. We can't turn her over to the feds, sister. That's the end of the movie. Sister Act 2, back in the habit.
and are you aware that supposedly the third one finally
No.
got greenlit?
No.
There's been talk of a sequel for, I think, like 10 years.
As long as Whoopi's in it, and I love that they had that little reunion thing that they did. That so if all those kids are back, I'm back.
Right. Because of the reunion, it came
That
out
pushed
that they're going to push it, and it's going to be, I think, a Disney Plus movie.
Oh,
And
okay, that gave me goosebumps.
A sister actory. Now, I should have checked before I said this, but
No,
that was a
Jen, you should never check.
That was a couple months ago, okay? But yeah, I mean, I'm that person that I would watch it. I don't care. So if they make 12 of them, I'll watch
Okay,
all 12,
this
you
is not
know?
the bar.
Yeah, you're not the bar.
Would
You watch a
Jen
lot of-
watch it is not the fucking bar. You
Well,
watch
because
I think
trash,
that's
Jen.
a great bar.
Nah, it's the lowest.
It's the Jim Carrey quote that he said when we did our Truman Show episode. He said, like, people were telling me forever, dude, you got to do a Dumb and Dumber 2. And then he's like, and we did it and no one cared. You only care about like the idea that we're going to do it. Yeah, I feel like a Sister Act 3 on Disney Plus would just come and go and no one would be like,
Yeah.
people would be like,
I'm
"There's a
still
Sister
going to
Act?"
watch it, though.
That's valid.
Because it's
and I'll
going to have
agree
good
with
music
you.
numbers.
'Cause
And
the
if they bring
first-
back the original dead director, there you go.
Oh, if they
That'd
did
be
that,
amazing.
I'm there.
They have
I'm
AI.
there.
They have AI. You bring back his
I
head
would not
in a
be there
jar.
for that. No, don't say that.
Sister Act 3, the haunted version.
Yes, yes. It's Ghost with Sister Act mixed together.
It's a bunch of dead
Patrick
nuns,
Swayze's
and they
Ghost.
have to learn how to sing. And,
Yes. Oh, I mean,
I don't know what the third one would be, the premise, but I just think the first two did so well in their own ways that I just don't know how the third one could contribute to it.
I think
But
Matt's
as I
right.
said,
They have to go sideways again.
I would still see it.
Yes. That's one where it's not like so on a pedestal for me that it can't be touched. I could see Whoopi's got endless steam, and when something's so like contingent on the comedic brilliance of one person, I think it's easier. Like when you think of Beetlejuice, you need everyone to be on their A game. It's not just on Michael Keaton. That I was not looking forward to that. But this, I could see Whoopi in the mix of anything, including The View.
Okay, but this is like what I was saying. Beetlejuice has been out for a year. We own it on streaming.
I have not seen it.
Beetlejuice 1 is one of your favorite movies.
Yes.
Have we ever watched it? You're
But
like,
I resented that I was not excited about it. I had Beetlejuice stuff that was cool, and now I have Beetlejuice stuff that looks like everybody else fucking has it. I got my mug way before the goddamn movie came out. I just hated it made my old stuff not cool anymore.
Who are you talking
You're
about?
wearing
Who
all
thinks
the
you're not
Peter.
cool?
Everyone.
Who is saying you're not cool?
I don't talk to them.
I think
So I
you're
don't-
cool.
Thank you,
You
Jen.
also
But
have never
apparently my
watched
bar
the-
is low.
Only for movies.
Only for
I'm
movies,
not a
not for
movie.
people.
I'm not a movie.
Have you watched Hocus Pocus 2, Lacey?
No, because
you'll never watch Sister Act 3.
Oh, you're an idiot.
I don't know why I'm fighting this fight.
Right, because this is a movie about good songs. Like, there's no way the third one's going to get that wrong. And I will watch any garbage that is interspersed with amazing songs.
I would just say this.
No.
How about this?
No.
Whoopi Goldberg, just be in movies again. You're great.
Oh, that would be nice.
She was so great in Star Trek Picard. And like she doesn't act that much anymore, but like she's fucking got it. She was wonderful as Guinan in the Star Trek Picard series.
That's a good point.
Be in stuff.
Just be in
Whoopi
stuff.
Goldberg.